The movie opens with two employees having a random conversation when suddenly a female coworker comes to alert them about some situation that happened to their branch in Stockholm. She continues saying that only them and Japan were left, and she is scared at what could happen if they fail. They calm her down, saying that they have never failed since 1998. The two men then ditch her and run away. We then meet Dana and Jules as the two debates the relationship between Dana and her teacher. The two prepare their trip to the lake. Kurt and Holden arrive, and the group gets their stuff in the RV. Soon, their stoned friend Marty joins them, and they all head to the country house. Meanwhile, we see that someone is watching them from the roof of the house. On the road, Marty goes on a rant about the state of society and human control, all that while preparing a joint. The two men from the beginning, named Gary and Steve, arrive at a highly secured area. After Daniel Truman, a member of the military, checks their IDs, he lets them in. The man is told by the two employees to get ready to begin the operation. The group of friends arrive at the deserted station. After looking around, they meet the owner. The man helps them with the gas to get to the cabin, while being very hostile to them and almost getting in a fight with Kurt. They then pay the man and get back on the road. We then see them going through the tunnel in the mountain, as we see an eagle flying around, hitting what looked like an invisible wall. Soon they reach the cabin that gives them chills from the first sight. Holden finds a creepy painting that he takes down, revealing a two-way mirror that shows Dana's room. The girl begins to change, so Holden gives her the heads up. Dana and Holden decide to switch their rooms, and the woman uses a sheet to cover the painting, while we see that they all are being watched by the employees from before. Not only that, but they are controlling them, as one of the employees reveals that they used Jules' hair dye to administer drugs in her bloodstream. Soon they receive a call from the station owner, who turns out to be working for them. The man goes on about some ritual and the ancient ones, as the team is making fun of him. The group of friends spends their time having fun while the team starts making bets on them. Truman says they shouldn't bet if they know the outcome, but Gary tells him that the players are the ones who choose their path, or the whole thing won't work. All they do is get them to the cellar. Later, while the friends are screwing around, playing truth or dare, a cellar door suddenly bursts open. Since it was Dana's turn in the game, Jules dares her to go down and check the cellar. The place was full of random stuff. The girl is scared by a portrait, and the others go down to check on her. They all start to look around, and each of them is attracted to a different object in the room: a music box, a necklace, a camera, a ball, and a diary. They start playing around with them until Dana starts reading them entries from the diary that belonged to a woman named Patience Buckner from 1903. The woman talks about some kind of ritual where her brother and mother are killed by her father and her other brother. The girl then reads that the family will return to the living if a stranger speaks something that is written in Latin. Marty warns them not to read the Latin words, and the mysterious voice suddenly speaks, telling them to read it. Dana goes ahead and reads the words. As we see outside, the dead family comes out of the ground and starts walking to the cabin. The employees erupts in celebration, saying the Buckners are the winners and giving the money to those who chose right from the long list of monsters. Truman, who is new to all of this, is told by the woman that this is the remnant of the old world and is done in the name of you-know-who, as she points to the ground. Steve is mad since he wanted so bad to see a merman. The group discusses how the Japanese need to succeed this year, as we see a footage of a school in Kyoto under attack by a ghost, while all the other screens from other countries say fail. Marty, who had noticed a change in his friend's behavior, tells Dana. The girl tells him he's just high on drugs. The employees are watching Kurt and Jules being intimate when they are interrupted by Truman. They tell the man that all they do is keep the client entertained, or else they will suffer the consequences. Soon the couple is attacked by a zombie that stabs Jules in her hand. After trying to protect her, Kurt is stabbed in the back. The two are surrounded by the zombie family, and Jules is decapitated. The employees repeat a prayer as they offer the soul of the girl to their god, asking for his eternal slumber. Steve then pulls a lever that starts a mechanism, as we see the blood of the victims flowing down. Marty, who is alone in his room, suddenly hears the voice telling him to go for a walk. The man refuses to be controlled and decides to go for a walk on his own. The man notices that the stars are missing from the sky and fails to notice the silhouette approaching from behind. Kurt suddenly appears, telling him to start running as he pushes away the zombie of Patience Buckner. Inside the cabin, Kurt says that Jules is dead. Dana, who doesn't believe it, refuses to leave her friend, opens the door to find the zombie of a huge man holding the head of her friend and throws it to her. She starts screaming as Kurt, Marty and Holden try to close the door. After securing the door, they understand that the zombies are the family from the diary. After Kurt proposes to stay together, Steve, the employee, gets frustrated, but Gary steps in and pushes some buttons that releases some kind of gas. After being exposed to the gas, Kurt suddenly turns around and proposes to split up. The zombie starts to break in through the walls and they all run to their rooms, where they are locked immediately by the employees. After dropping a lamp, Marty finds out that they were being watched. Steve was about to gas him, but he is stopped by Gary, who shows him the zombie hidden to his room. Marty is attacked and dragged out, and after resisting, he is stabbed in the back and gets dragged to the forest, where he gets chopped. The second lever gets pulled, and more blood flows through the gears and fills the mysterious carved walls as the ground starts to shake. Dana is then attacked in her room, and Holden breaks the mirror to get her out. The two uses the mattress to block the opening and reveal a secret cellar door. The two get down to a room that was used for torture, the black room mentioned in the diary. They look around for an exit, but Holden is attacked and dragged by a zombie. Dana gets a crowbar and stabs the creature in the face, but it doesn't die. She then continues to stab it with a knife until it stops moving. Kurt erupts in the room from a secret door. They all get out of the cellar exit outside the house and all get in the RV. We then see on one of the screens the little girls at the school in Kyoto. As they win against the ghost, Gary gets mad and starts cursing at them. The female employee Wendy calls them, saying they are in big trouble if they don't succeed and that the ancients will rise before Gary cuts the call. Steve tells him that the cave-in that's supposed to occur didn't happen, leaving the tunnel wide open. Just when the group is about to escape, Gary repairs the system and an explosion takes place and causes the tunnel to collapse. Seeing they were blocked, Kurt gets on his bike and decides to make a jump to the other side. After promising to get help, the young man drives his bike fast and makes a big leap, only to get crushed against the invisible wall and fall to the depths. Dana says that Marty was right about them being controlled. The third level gets pulled and blood fills a cavern. Dana and Holden drive the RV as the young man tries to calm her down, saying they will find a way out. Just when she was about to relax, Holden is brutally stabbed in the neck. The RV veers off the road and crashes in the lake. Dana fights with the zombie and swims to the surface as we see the employees celebrating their victory. Truman asks them why they celebrate while Dana is still alive. Steve explains that the version's death is optional. The important thing is that she is the last one and that she needs to suffer. The team then keeps celebrating while Dana gets out of the lake and she's attacked by a zombie. She fights for her life as the employees loses interest in the events and just keep enjoying their party. After blaming the team about the tunnel incident, Gary learns that it was due to a glitch that originated from upstairs. The red phone on the wall starts ringing as Gary and Steve watch in shock. Something is not right. Steve answers and confirms that only the version is left. We then see Dana, who is still fighting against the zombie, when suddenly she receives help from Marty, who is still alive. The two escapes through the woods. The young man jumps inside a grave and opens a secret door. There he shows the elevator that was used to bring the zombies up to the surface. The elevator starts to move down horizontally. They see cells with werewolves, ghosts and other creatures, each reminding them of one of the objects that they found in the cellar. Dana says that was the way they let them choose the way to die. We then see hundreds of cells around them full of monsters of all kinds. The employees are stressed to find the missing two. Steve gives the order to kill Marty, nicknamed the Fool, and leave the Virgin or else they will fail. Wendy tells them that what Marty was smoking immunized him against their drugs. Soon they spot them and send a team to intercept them. The man with the gun asks Dana Dana to step out. He is then suddenly grabbed by the zombie hand on the ground, and the two attack him and grab his gun. The two wander inside the facility, where a voice tells them they should not be there and ask them to let themselves be sacrificed for the greater good. The two hear the sound of footsteps and hide inside the control room and are soon under fire. Dana pushes the system purge button, letting out all the creatures at once that tear the squad into pieces. The whole facility is taken over by the creatures that brought hell to all the workers. Dana and Marty are attacked by a flying beast and escape through the chaos. A flying creature blew a hole in the wall and they used it to get out. Truman is attacked and blows himself with a grenade, sending Steve in the air. The man falls down and watches as his favorite merman comes after him and starts to eat him alive. Gary manages to open the emergency trapdoor, and Wendy is grabbed by a giant tentacle. The man escapes and comes face to face with Dana, who stabs him in the chest. Before dying, the man begs her to kill Marty. The two then follow a tunnel that leads them to an ancient temple surrounded by carving on the walls. A strange growling comes from underneath them. Dana tells Marty that the carvings represents them, and all of this was some kind of sacrifice. The boy says that they should just kill them without going through all of this, but she says that they want them to be punished. A mysterious woman suddenly appears and tells them about the ritual and how there should be at least 5 and 4 should be killed, leaving only the virgin to live or die. After they ask her what happens if they fail, the woman tells them that ancient gods that ruled the world will rise again. The woman then tells them all sacrifices failed, and if they live to see the rising of the sun, the world will end. She tells Marty that he must die to save humanity. Dana aims her gun at the young man, and as she is about to shoot, she is attacked by a werewolf. Meanwhile, Marty fights with the woman until the zombie of patience appears and hits her in the head with an axe. Marty then pushes them both down the platform, then goes to sit next to Dana as the two of them smoke a joint while the ground shakes around them. The two hold their hands as the ground underneath them is destroyed. On the surface, we see the ground getting split apart and a giant hand comes out. And with that, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe for more and see you next time. Bye bye.